Hi everyone, welcome to US Immigration Hub channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to file Form I-134, which is Declaration of Financial Support. This is a new version that will expire on December 31st, 2027, and the edition date is December the 12th, 2024. If you are new to this channel, my name is Sliman and I make videos for a family-based immigration to simplify the immigration process and give you a confidence to go through your immigration journey by yourself. First of all, I am not an immigration attorney. I'm here to help you based on the information I have from USCIS website and also based on the instruction that comes with the form and also based on the experience I have with this form. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and give us a big like so YouTube can share the video with more people. So if you're ready, let's get started. As I mentioned, this is a new version of Form I-134 just released by USCIS a couple days ago. And this version will expire on December 31st, 2027, and edition date is December 12, 2024. Let's go right here. This edition date, which is December 12, 2024, starting March 13, 2025, we will accept only this version. So on March 13, they will not accept the other version, even they are not expired. Just make sure at this date right here you file the new version. But you can file it now. They are taking the new. They are They are accepting the new version. So always, if you want to find the edition date, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's right here. Edition date is December the 12th, 2024. So for this form right here, you can type and print. You can do both. One thing I want to mention, never correct anything that's been already typed. That's my advice. And also for the filing fee, there is no cost to file the Form I-134. So the filing fee is $0. So before you file any form, make sure the expiration date is right. Make sure the expiration date is the form is not expired, and also make sure you are filing the new edition, as you can see right here. Even the other one, it's still good. The expiration date is not expired, but you must file the new version, which is the version edition date, which is December 12, 2024. Now let's go to part 1 now. Basis for filing. I am filing this form on behalf of myself as the beneficiary or another individual who is the beneficiary. This video is gonna be another individual who is the beneficiary. By the way, I'm doing this for my fiance for K1 visa. She just received notice of action 2, so you must start the process for gathering the information and filing the Form I-134. So that's our option. If we choose this option right here, we must complete part 2 to 3 and part 5 to 8, and we skip part 4. What I like about this form, it is very clear now. There is only one mistake. I'm going to show it to you, but it is easy to catch. So I'm going to show it to you. It's just when we get to it, I'm going to show it to you. So now let's go to part 2. Part 2 is information about the individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. All filer must complete part 2. So current legal name, do not provide a nickname. So family name, this is the sponsor, that's right here, individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. Family name, it's Baker. First name is Sliman, and middle name is Inay. When I print it, I'm going to add a / right here with a black ink. Adobe does not let me do that. Other name used. This is the mistake I talked about. Provide all other names the beneficiary has ever used. In part 1, they are not talking about the beneficiary. They are talking about the individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. This is a mistake right here, but it's easy to catch as I mentioned. So family name is Inay. given name is in A and middle name is in A. When I print it, I'm going to add a forward slash with a black ink right here. Make sure you add it with a black ink. Do not use any other color. Now let's go with number 3, current mailing address. It's Baker Sliman in case of name. Street number and name is 100 Robert Run. City or town Indianapolis, state Indiana, and the country is USA. Let's go to question number 4. Is your current mailing address the same as your current physical address? In many cases, yes. If you answer no, you're gonna provide it on item number 5. So for us, item number 5 will be left blank because we have the same physical address is the same as mailing address. So we're gonna go straight to question number 6. Date of birth. It's January the 1st, 1980. By the way, this part right here is about the person, about the individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. Make sure you understand the part 2. Place of birth, city or town is Kenifra. State or province is Kenifra. Country is Morocco. Alien registration number, I'm going to show it to you. If you are a US citizen, you can get it from your naturalization certificate. It's right here. This is your A number. This is what most people mistake make, because they forgot if they are a US citizen, especially naturalized citizen, you have A number. If you're born in the United States, you don't have A number. But if you come as immigrant and you become a US citizen by naturalization, you have A number. This is your A number right here. If you are a green card holder, this is your A number right here. Now let's go back to our form. You put your A number right here. Now let's go to number 9, which is USCIS online account number, if any. If you have one, check your. If you fill the petition before online, you will have A number. How we know that? Just check your receipt number. If it starts with I or E number, means you have USCIS online account. In this case, if you can see it, receipt number, it starts with I or E number, and the USCIS online account is right here. Just copy it from your I-797C and put it right here if you have one. If you don't have one, just leave it blank. What is your current immigration status? In my case, US citizen. Now, what is your relationship to the beneficiary? My relationship to the beneficiary is my fiance. Once you get to the United States, we're gonna get married because you have 90 days once you arrive in the United States. If not, she's gonna lose or he's gonna lose his immigration status. Number 12, employment status. I'm employed full-time as engineer, and the name of the employer is ATA. We start talking about part 2. This is the new changes they made to I-134. They made it really simple. I like it. So let's go about these changes. Financial information. Provide information about your dependents, income, and assets. If you need additional space to complete any item number on this section, use the space provided in part 8, additional information. So question number 13. How many others Form I-134, Form I-134A, Form I-64, Form I-64 Easy, and Form I-64A have you previously submitted on behalf of a person, including yourself if applicable, and your support obligation has not ended? Do not include the beneficiary named part 3. Make sure right here. Let's assume that you filed I-64 on behalf of someone, but that person now is a U.S. citizen, so you are not obligated for that person. So your obligation is ended. Once the person become a U.S. citizen, your obligation toward that person is ended. So make sure it's, if it's still a green card holder, you're still obligated to support that person. So in my case, it's 0. But if you filed one before and the person is not a U.S. citizen, you must include it right here. In my case, it's 0. So let's go to question number 14. How many other dependents do you support, including yourself? Do not include individual in item number 13 and the beneficiary named in part 3. So do not include the person that you include already in 13 and the beneficiary which is in part 3. So in my case, just myself. Now let's go to Question 15. Provide the information requested in the table below about all of your dependents and any other individual you financially support. Do not include yourself and the beneficiary named in part 3. So yourself and the beneficiary do not include it right here. Here only for people you are supporting or you have children. If you have children, this is where you add them right here. So now we're gonna go to question number 16. What is your current annual income? In my case, it's $70,000 a year. Provide information on the cash or assets available to you. Do not include any assets from individual named in part 3. Attach evidence showing you have these assets. Whatever you add right here, you must attach it with the form when you send it. That's evidence. For example, I have a checking bank account, 30,000. If you have a saving account, you can add it right here. I don't have a saving account. I have just checking account. And I have stocks and bonds. It's 40,000. If, you have a couple options right here. You have a checking. You have a saving. You have, which is, you have stock bonds. That's the one I did. You have retirement or education account. And you have real estate holdings and personal properties. You can add whatever you have right here. In my case, just I have two. I have checking bank account and stocks, bonds, and certificate of deposit. So the total right here comes to 70,000. Here we're still talking about part 2, information about the individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. Intent to provide a specific contribution to the beneficiary. Here, first, question number 18. In addition to provide the financial support, I intend to make specific contribution to cover the beneficiary's basis living needs. Yes. Since this is my spouse, since this is my fiancé and will become my spouse, for me, I will provide everything for her. But if you have a specific basis living needs that you want to provide for this person, you can add it right here. And if you can add, if you have like a lot of stuff that you want to add, you can do it on part 8, additional information. But in my case, this is my fiancé and will become my spouse, so one sentence right here is enough. I will provide everything for her. Means you gotta provide all her needs or his needs. Now, part 3 is information about the beneficiary. Now we are switching to the beneficiary, means for the person is abroad. So that's my fiancé. Complete part 3 if you are filing this form on behalf of another individual who is the beneficiary. If you are the beneficiary providing financial support for yourself, you do not need to complete part 3. Proceed part 4. So this is very, very important. This is because I'm filing this on behalf of another individual who is the beneficiary. I'm going to complete this form. But if you are the beneficiary providing financial support for yourself, you do not need to complete this. You do not need to complete this part. You must proceed to part 4. So the beneficiary current legal name, its family name, it's Bushi. A given name is Bushra. Middle name is Inay. I'm going to add a / with a black ink once I print it. Family name is Inay. Given name and middle name is Inay. So I'm going to add for all of them a / once I print it. Here, date of birth is January the 1st, 1990. Gender is female. Alien registration number. Check your I-797C. This is the beneficiary number. You will have it right here in your I-797C for I-120A petition approved letter. No, I'm sorry, I-797 approval notice. Now, once you enter your A number right here, now go to place of birth. In my case, it's Kenefra. State or province is Kenefra. The country is Morocco. And the country of citizenship or nationality is Morocco. Now, let's go to part, we're still talking about part 3, information about the beneficiary. Marital status is single. She never married because we are not married yet. She's still in the country. Once she arrives in the United States, we're going to get married because she has 90 days rules to get married. If not, she or he going to lose her or his immigration status. So the beneficiary current mailing address, this is a foreign address. It's Bushi Bushra. 100 حي المسيرة. City or town is Kenefra. Province is Kenefra. postal code is 54,000, and the country is Morocco. Are the beneficiary's mailing address and the physical address the same? In my case, is yes. If you answer no, you must enter the beneficiary current physical address right here. In my case, they are the same. So we're going to go straight to the beneficiary anticipated length of stay. The beneficiary anticipated period of stay in the United States. This is anticipated. For example, my fiance will have interview in May, at the beginning of May, in the 5th, just an example, in the 5th May. I'm going to give it like a couple of weeks. Once she get her visa, she's going to arrive to United States. This is anticipated. She's going to get the visa in May, at the beginning of May. I will assume like 5th May or 4th May, and then within 2 weeks, she's going to get her visa, and then she's going to travel to United States. So that's the date she's going to arrive in the United States, and the length of stay, no end date, because she's going to arrive in the United States. We're going to get married within 90 days. We're going to get married, and then file I-45 for her to become a green card holder. So there is no end date. But if you file this form on behalf of someone else that he has a length of stay, you must select end date right here. That in my case, end date does not apply for me. Now let's go to part 4. Part 4 is statement, contact information, certification, and signature of the beneficiary if filing form I-134 on his or her own behalf. So the beneficiary did not file this form, so we're gonna skip part 4. And they told us when we select the second option, you must skip part 4. So part 4, we are not going to touch it. This information right here, it's already provided on part 3. So this part right here will be left blank. So we're going to go straight to part 5, which is the statement, contact information, certification, and signature of the individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. If you are filing form I-134 on behalf of someone else, the beneficiary listed in part 3, complete and sign part 5. You gotta remember, if you support someone, your obligation ends only if that person become a U.S. citizen, or he has no or got deported and he has no immigration status. So, statement of individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. So I, as the individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary, certify the following. I can read and understand English, and I have read and understand every question and instruction on his declaration, and may answer to every question. So basically, I find this form by myself. If you use interpreter, you must check option B. If somebody prepared this form on your behalf, if somebody prepared this form on your behalf, yeah, you're gonna check option 2. So in my case, I did it myself. So here, I'm gonna add the contact information of individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. I have a cell phone number, and same I my daytime telephone number. And the Gmail, its email address is sb@gmail.com. So, certification of individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary, as I mentioned, you must read this. It is very, very important. I'm not going to read all of it, so I'm going to go straight to signature of individual agreeing to financially support the beneficiary. First, I'm going to date it, then print it, then sign it with a black ink. Do not initial it or put your full name in a signature. It must be signed with a black ink. If you did not sign it, or you put your full name right here, or initial, your I-134 will be rejected. My advice, sign it with a black ink. Part 6, only you file part 6 if you use interpreter. If you do not use an interpreter, you leave it blank. Same thing for part 7 for a prepare. If somebody did not prepare a form for you, it will be left blank as well. One thing I want to mention right here for a signature, for both prepare or interpreter. If you use one, it must be signed. It must be dated first, and then signed with a black ink as well. What most people makes right here is sign it and they forgot to sign it, or they put the initial or a full name right here. If you do that, your form will be rejected. One thing I want to mention right here as well for part 8 additional information. I have a video on how to add if you need to add something right here. But one thing I want to mention right here. Sometimes what happen for this part 8, this information right here does not copy it from your form. So make sure you have this information right here. If somehow did not this information did not transfer from your form, make sure you add them with a black ink right here when you print it. Make sure you have a family name right here. Make sure you have a full first name and middle name and a number. It is very important. Do not leave this question 1 and 2 blank. Must be added. It happens to some people where they forgot to check this right here. Sometimes there is in some forms this information does not copy from your form. I don't know why, but it did not. So as you can see, this form it's totally different from the old one. The old one it's still good until March the 15th. In the March 15th, USIS only will accept edition December 12, 2024. Always pay attention to edition, not the expiration date. Some forms they still have the expiration date good, but the edition is not. So make sure you find the right version or edition. So this is the end of this video. I hope you like it. If you do, please subscribe, share, hit notification bell. Thank you, and see you next video.